Welcome, guys, to Bhagavad-Gita, the highest knowledge which must be taught before anything else in this world. So, sorry, guys, actually, I'm trying my best to speak, although I am not a talented and motivational speaker. It's not my cup of tea because I'm more into directing. So, bear with me, like, I'm trying my best. So, let's continue. James Lang said this is wrong because the body is dominant. Events will occur in the body first and will only be reflected in the mind. The mind is just a mirror, not more than that. That's why he said no, it's the opposite. Because a person clenches his fist, and because a person tightens his teeth, and because the blood flows faster in the body and the breathing becomes faster, anger arises. So this guy is saying because of the body the mind is reacting. So these guys are going in opposite direction. Then he went on to prove, and here is a very interesting case of logic, and it's a treat to see how logic can sometimes lead down to wrong paths. He said that if a person can tell the story without running away and without any effect of running away on the body, can he be scared in that case, which is not possible? Or a man can inform about his anger without his eyes turning red, fists clenched, teeth clenched. So this is like they are saying the body is doing something, so that's why our mind is reacting. So this is a very kind of logic that with logic you can prove anything, but you have to use the conscious part of your brain in order to even say something which makes sense. It is a difficult thing. How will you tell by not getting angry? Then both of them said that it is okay since there cannot be anger without those effects. Then anger is a combination of the effect on the body and the mind. There is nothing more than this. But I don't know why no one told James Lang that the opposite happens. An actor can show anger, can make his eyes red, can clench his teeth, can clench his fist, yet he has no anger inside. And an actor can tell through love, and perhaps no one can tell as much as an actor can. And yet there is no love within him. So, even in this real world, many people are actors, but people get attracted towards them and they are emotionally attached. And after they, come to know the reality, then they're very badly hurt. So, this is also a sad part of the society. This Arjuna is doing exactly the opposite of the James Lang theory. He is doing exactly the opposite. James Lang would not be ready to accept this at all. They will say he is saying completely the opposite things. It should be said that because my bow falls, because my hair stands on the end, because my body becomes loose, because my limbs become weak, therefore, O Keshava, a lot of worry is arousing in my mind. So, this is the way of saying Arjuna has some problem with his body, so that's why his mind is confused. So, it's like, you know, even some people will believe this theory. That's funny part is that, but that's not what he's saying. Anxiety has arisen before this because there is no other reason for his body to become loose and his hair to stand up. There is no external reason. Nothing has changed outside in a moment. Everything is the same outside, but everything has changed inside. In Lhasa University in Tibet, the education given to the students also included some class on the yoga as compulsory. And a regular experiment of yoga was going in the Lhasa University. It was necessary for the students to pass in that also. And that was heat yoga. That is the process of generating heat from within the body due to the mind. Strange, only from the mind. It is snowing outside, and the man is standing naked, and the sweat is dripping from his body. And they would not agree to this. And when the doctors from West also examined it, they were very surprised. Because when the students had exams, They were made to stand naked at night in front of the open field near the snow on the banks of the lake. And clothes, coats, shirts were kept wet near them, dipped in water, and they were standing naked. And the maximum marks will be given to that boy who produces so much heat from his body at night that it can dry many clothes by wearing them on his body, so that the maximum number of clothes that person can dry in the snow. Those clothes are wet. The more clothes he dries overnight, the more points he gets. So it's like an amazing kind of thing. And when a group of doctors from the West saw this, they were stunned. The doctor said, "What happens to the James Lane theory?" Because it is snowing outside and those doctors are shivering inside, even though they were wearing robes. So how are these boys standing naked and are sweating inside instead of that, like shivering? Because whatever is supposed to happen on their body is happening, but their mind is denying, and their mind keeps on saying that there is no snow. And when their mind is saying that it is sunny instead, it is very hot, and their mind is saying that the body is on fire, therefore the body has to sweat. So the boys are following the mind instead in this case, which is the opposite of what James said in his theory. What happened to Arjuna is the result of the whirlpool created in his mind reaching his body. And in our life, very few vortices reach the mind from the body. It is from the mind that maximum vortices reach the body. But we go on worrying about the body through our life. If Krishna had even a little so called scientific intelligence, he would have told Arjuna that it seems you have the flu. If he had read Marx, he would have said it. It seems that there is a deficiency of some hormone in your body. They would said that you go and get admitted to some general hospital. So Arjuna, like Krishna would have said, instead of teaching him Gita, he would have said this. But he didn't say this at all. He started explaining something else to Arjuna, the same way someone starts singing, and that's why Bhagavad-Gita is also called the song of the god. Krishna started explaining something else to the mind of Arjuna. Krishna started trying to change his mind. There are two processes in the world, either the process of changing the man's body or the process of changing the man's consciousness. Science focuses on the process of changing man's body. Religious focuses on the process of changing man's consciousness. Therein lies the difference. And that is why I say religion is a deeper than science and more into depth as compared to science. Religion is a greater science than science. That is the supreme science. That is the ultimate science. Because religion starts from the center, and scientific intelligence, meaning religion, will certainly start from the center. Injuries done on the periphery do not necessarily reach the center, but injuries done at the center necessarily reach the periphery. Damage inflicted on a leaf does not necessarily extend to the roots. Often it will not reach. There is no need to reach. But the damage done to the roots will definitely reach the leaves. Will have to reach. There is no other way to reach there. So the thing is, religion is not what you people think, like Hindu, Muslim, Sikh. That is not religion. That's not the correct definition. Religion is very deep concept. Like after science, when it has no answers, then religion has all the answers. I'm saying this because I was also having all these misconceptions. Therefore, seeing this condition of Arjuna, from where does Krishna catch him? If they had held it with the body, Gita would have been a book of physiology. That would be physics. They grasp it through consciousness. That is why Gita became a Manas Shastra, meaning psychology of the mind. Later you will realize it will take you even beyond the mind to the topmost peak. Beginning of Gita is a psychological scripture. Krishna does not pay attention to the incident of Arjuna's body. Krishna neither checks Arjuna's pulse using a thermometer. So I will continue, guys.